Hey guys. Okay, so I've been thinking. So I am attempting to figure out a grand unified timeline for FNaF. I know it's crazy. I'm crazy, but I'm trying it anyway because why not? It's fun. Um, so I'm thinking. Let me know if this tracks or like would make sense. My thoughts currently are M2. Like, Afton got scooped after Secret of the Mimic. M2 crawled inside of him and then has been effectively wearing Afton like a skin suit since then. Since like the 70s. I guess that would be the 80s because the Secret of the Mimic happened in the 70s down to the end of the 70s into the 80s. So then in the 80s, Afton would have been scooped, and that I think would have been why he dropped weight significantly. Because we know that from Carlton's dad, that he used to be, and we see it in FNaF 4, we see that he is a heavyset man. And so when M2 crawled into him, M2 is a robot, doesn't really need to eat, so it's just eating for fuel. So then he would have done like all of the, the DCI first, learned from the DCI that he needs to hide the bodies. That's why they're all MCIs after that, because the kids go missing, and we see one in the Twisted Ones. We see one of the MCIs, or the MCI, I'm not sure which. Then he gets, I'm thinking he gets spring locked, like we see in the movies, and that is the corollary to him getting spring locked in, was it FNaF 2? The mini games, like where we see the mini games, we see Cassidy as one of the vengeful spirits that steps forward to help springlock him. So I think that would be that one, because we know Abby was working with Cassidy, so I think that's potentially part of why there are two spirits, is one of them's not a spirit, one of them is Abby working in conjunction. It's a living person working with the spirit. Then, now that FNaF 2 has happened, we now see that the town is reinvigorated with FNaF. They want Freddy's. So now the first Pizzaplex is going to start being built around that location. We saw in FNaF 3, or we saw for the preview for FNaF 3, the movie, they come in and get him from the safe room. So I think they're taking him. The next movie we're going to see is FNaF 3. I think Mike will end up with Michael's book. Like, he'll end up with the logbook that Michael used to have. And that, I think Michael might be faded text, and Mike is the red text that we see, obviously. But in my thinking here is that it says on the very front that this book has already been used. And I think it's saying that, like, for, like, I think that's literally for Mike. I don't think that's for our benefit. So FNaF 3 is going to happen. Then I think once Fazbear Frights burns down, Afton is now free again. He's still got M2 in him. That's part of why he's, like, I get, like, Remnant can keep you alive and stuff, so can Agony. We have multiple reasonings for why, but I think that's also why he's purple. Then he's going to go back to the first building that he was, like, that Vanessa was guarding. And going to encounter Charlie 3. That's what I'm thinking right now. So I think Ennard and all of that has already happened. I think Sister Location was actually happening in conjunction, potentially, with what we saw in the second movie. like, or right before, I guess, because the books heavily imply that, the novel books anyway, the movie novel books heavily imply that Michael is already scooped and is entered currently. So and the fact that Circus Baby is out, she's free again. And Vanessa didn't know who Circus Baby was in the movie novel books. Like, based on the movie, I would have assumed she was terrified, but she was not terrified of Circus Baby in those books. She was terrified of Chica, Toy Chica. That's who she was scared of. So I think it was actually Toy Chica that got her, which maybe is what we were seeing in Chica's secret party. That's just what I'm thinking right now. What, am I way off base here, or like, what do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments below. Have a good one.